listening to anger without letting it lead. By now, you may be starting to notice something important. Anger doesn't show up randomly. It shows up with information. Often, anger is the emotion that speaks the loudest, not because it's the most accurate, but because it's the fastest. Anger tends to rise when something inside you feels crossed, threatened, or overlooked. It can show up when boundaries are unclear, when expectations go unspoken, or when you've been carrying too much for too long. What makes anger so confusing is that it feels like the problem, when in reality, it's usually a signal pointing towards something underneath. When we don't understand that signal, we either explode or we shut it down and turn it inward. Neither option brings relief. Learning to regulate anger doesn't mean silencing it. It means learning how to listen without letting it take control. This is where many people get stuck, trying to calm down without understanding what their anger is asking for. Anger often protects a need for respect, a need for rest, a need for safety, a need for boundaries, or a need to be seen and taken seriously. When those needs go unmet repeatedly, anger gets louder. And if you grew up in environments where emotions had to be managed quietly, or where your needs weren't consistently acknowledged, anger may have to become the only emotion that felt strong enough to create change. That doesn't make you reactive, it makes you adaptive. The work now is learning how to translate anger instead of being driven by it. Anger translation pause. If you're willing, try this with me now. Think of a recent moment when you felt irritated or angry. Not the biggest one, just the mild example. Silently complete these two sentences. I felt angry because... Now pause. And then, what I actually needed in that moment was... There's no need to judge the answer or act on it right now. This exercise isn't about fixing, it's about understanding. When anger is translated into needs, it loses its urgency and gains clarity. That clarity creates choice. Each time you pause, notice, and translate instead of react, you strengthen your nervous system's capacity to stay present under stress. You're teaching your brain that strong emotions don't require immediate action, they require attention. Over time, this expands your window of tolerance and reduces the intensity and frequency of outbursts. Not because you're controlling yourself more, but because you're responding earlier and more honestly. Reflection and journaling prompt. After this video, take a few minutes to journal on this question. When my anger shows up, what is it consistently trying to protect or ask for? You don't need to solve it all at once. Awareness itself is movement. And remember, the goal isn't to eliminate anger. It's to build a relationship with it that supports your well-being, your relationships, and your sense of balance. If anger is regularly impacting your relationships, work, or sense of well-being, support can help. At Peace Counseling Center, we offer evidence-based care to help you build emotional regulation skills that last.